Bees Bulletin live at the Brentford Community Stadium with Brentford returning to winning ways. Final score, Brentford 2, Coventry City 0. The first meeting between the two sides since March 2014 and one of the few meetings since the 1950s. One-way traffic in the first half, but a stubborn Coventry refused to be broken down. That all changed in the second half. With me, Marcus Gayle, Mark Burridge. Marcus, one-way traffic in the first half, but it took a little while to break through.
Yeah, they was very stubborn at the back. I think they played a three with the two wing backs, and that made it very difficult to get into any sort of spaces around the edge of the box. And it was one of those games. It could have been a rout or a frustrating afternoon with, as I said, that stubborn defence to try and break down. But second half, it turned around and we got the goals at the right time.
Mark, what were your feelings at half-time with so many opportunities, so many chances, if not shots on target, but nothing to show for it?
I was just hoping it wasn't going to be a repeat of the first half and we were going to take our chances, and of course we got that early goal from Ivan Toney and then another great finish just a few minutes later. So that was a game really. Once we got the cushion of 2-0, felt we would see it out. It was a little bit scrappy after that. It's all about the points and bouncing back, which we did.
Saeed who? Ollie who? Ivan Toney, the new man, proving he's able to step up from League One to the Championship, going from strength to strength.
Yeah, he's growing every game of late. Just getting used to how the boys move and the timing of the runs and the passing as well. He's had a great sort of start to his Brentford career. Filling big boots, but he's a big guy and I'm sure he can do that. But he'd be disappointed to come off today with the injury, especially on the two goals. I'm sure he would have gone on and pressed for that third one to get a hat-trick. But you know, it weren't to be for him today, but it's most important that the team won with a clean sheet, and that puts us up the table.
And a chance to take a first look at somebody who's an even newer signing than Ivan Toney, Vitaly Janelt.
Yeah, he looked very comfortable on the ball. I think he only gave it away once, got caught just outside the edge of the penalty area, moved it nice and quickly, looked strong, and I think he'll adapt to the game really quickly.
Do we mention Saeed Benrahma? Is there any more to say about Saeed Benrahma? You said before the game it was something of a soap opera. It wasn't the most neat of departures, and perhaps not what we would have wanted from somebody who brought us so much pleasure at this time here.
No, it wasn't, but I'm not so sure that's down to the player. I mean, he's donated, as I understand, his bonus to 100 of the staff here, which is a lovely gesture. I don't know the intricacies and I don't know the ins and outs of what was happening, but what we do read on social media, you probably want to make up your own mind by listening to the West Ham fans. That's all I'd like to say.
Whatever way it ended, we can't take away what Saeed did for the club last season in particular, and what a great figure he's been for the club. I mean, as you've said many times, Mark, probably the best player you've seen in the Brentford shirt.
Yeah, I would agree. He gave us so many special moments. The final one here against Fulham, cheeky little nutmeg, finishes it off perfectly well. It sums up what sort of player we had here. We had a very special talent here. I have faith that we can unearth the next one, and trust in that sort of process with what we do. But we've got players that are out here currently that can step up, no doubt, and be the next darling of the club. And it puts Brentford in a good position with how we recruit, how we develop players, and how we move them on. But hopefully they can stay now and move the whole club on into the Premier League.
And not to dwell on the past for too long, but one thing that Thomas said in his pre-match press conference was the thing that matters most is that we've got two players now who are in the Premier League, and as we've already seen from Ollie, quickly making their mark.
Yeah, I mean, Ollie, we all enjoyed that. His hat-trick against Liverpool, absolutely stunning. And, he went with the best of our wishes, and Saeed did as well. They're two very different players, two very different people. But the skills of Saeed, as Marcus has said, gave us so much joy over the seasons. I was watching the reel this morning, thinking of that goal he scored against Hull, where Marcus was just speechless. The one where he sort of slalomed his way.
And that doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't happen enough. And it's he danced his way through and then sort of chipped it into the top right corner. You can't describe goals like that. They are just off the scale of what we've seen over the years, and he brought us so much joy, and we should be happy for him. And I think when West Ham are playing, we'll wish him all the very, very best, as we do with Ollie.
All right, let's look forward, not back. As you often say, games are coming thick and fast. It's almost become the catchphrase in my mind for what you say, but they are coming thick and fast. Another 2-game week, something that's going to be the norm this season. As a bit of compressed season, compressed schedule. Both away games start off with Wednesday, Sheffield Wednesday.
Yes, we've won there once in the last few seasons. Ironically, when we went there with a false 9, and Romain Sawyers played up front, and they battered us the last 15 minutes, and we held out. Bentley had a cracking game that day, but last season we were dominating the game at half time, 1-0 up, looking comfortable. Rico sadly gave away a penalty. As he will know, a moment of madness, handballed it for no real reason, and we lost the game 2-1. And you know, at the end of the season, those ones add up. So it's not really a happy hunting ground for us, nor is Stoke. So they're 2 tough games, but it would be nice. Look, if we could come away with there with 4 points, it'd be great.
4 points enough for you? What's your thoughts for the week ahead, Marcus?
I would love to see that we can get 4 points from it. Today's performance was good. We had a lot of the ball, which suited our game, particularly with Matthias Jensen in that holding role, and then Vitali later on. For me, the test is going to be this week, going away, tough places to go. Can we grind out those results, stay within the game, stay disciplined in that holding role of midfield, because the lack of Christian Norgard in there, that's going to be a big test for me. So if we can stay unbeaten in that, I'll take that for sure.
Given that Christian's injury is going to be medium term, we saw so clearly in Preston how things didn't go to plan as soon as he went off. Are you a little bit more reassured? Obviously, we wish him the speediest recovery. Are you a little bit more reassured, particularly about that midfield, after seeing the performance today against Coventry?
Yeah, I am. I know what we do on the ball is perfectly well. It's well documented everywhere. But for me, at times, I say to Mark on commentary, it's like what we do off the ball is just as important. And I think we saw glimpses of Vitali in there, down the right-hand side of defence, covering Dalsgaard, getting in between him and Pontus Janssen, and just sweeping out that ball for a corner. I think those are the little signs I'm looking for to kind of give me some reassurance, and the fans out there as well.
I'm wondering, Mark, whether, at the risk of sounding like we're talking down our prospects for the next week, given the way the season is looking this year and the strangeness of it, this week is probably our first chance to test that maxim that if we can't win, don't lose.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very good point you make, Stuart. They are tough games. And when you looked at the calendar, you thought earlier, well, Millwall away, that's always a good test. That was a game we didn't play at our best, and we came away with a point. I thought that's progress. And it was like 5 steps back in the last home game, which shocked everybody. It took the management, took the players by surprise. But we got the points this afternoon, as we would have expected to today. But this week will tell us a lot more about the mental strength of this team, and whereabouts we are. Look, Jensen today was absolutely superb. He only gave the ball away once, played in that deeper role. His control of the ball, the finesse, the way he passes it, was absolutely out of this world. And although Ivan Toney got man of the match, it'll be a real toss-up between the two. Who impressed you more? I thought he was outstanding. But with Ivan Toney, we have got a natural goal scorer there. He's improving with every game. He's finishing off his chances when they come. 2 great goals again today, just like the ones in the last game.
And are you clocking up the miles this week? Will you be at both games?
Be at both games. We've got Simon Ratcliffe with us on Wednesday, former teammate of Marcus, of course, and Ben Burgess with us on Saturday up at Stoke. So they're always great to listen to. They love their connection with the Bees, and let's hope it's a good week. It's a big week for Brentford.
And what has Stu Wakeford got planned for you this week? Obviously, every Friday evening is now marked out at tea time, if we still call it tea time, the new edition of the warm-up, and it seems that he's always got a plan for you. Do you know what's in his bag for this week?
Yeah, well, I lost the competition, so there's a forfeit. I'm not going to give too much away, but yeah, I'll be in a costume of some sort and singing, so please block your ears.
If it wasn't worth watching the warm-up before now, it certainly is this week.
It's a time maybe not to watch.
Maybe one to give a miss?
Give that a miss, come back the following week, and hopefully he'll lose and he'll do my forfeit.
Before we go, no one leaves Bees Bulletin Live empty-handed. We do have...
thank you very much.
We do have the brand new... Now, if you just show, I
cool.
don't know whether you want to wear them because of safety, maybe you want to give them a wash before, but if you just hold them up. These are like the Blue Peter badges. These are not available in the shops. The Bees Bulletin
Specially made.
special masks.
What's that?
Limited
Not like
edition.
not coming to a shop near you, but if you would like one, then talk to me very nicely. Marcus, thanks as always.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you for these.
Thank you.
Come on, Brentford!